Apple just dropped iOS 26.5, and while this is definitely not a major update, there are actually a few pretty interesting changes packed into this that are worth talking about. Some of them might be genuinely useful to you, and some of them are, well, Apple Maps having ads. So let's go through everything new in 26.5. Probably the biggest feature here, which is something that would just kind of go in the background, but it is useful, is end-to-end encryption for RCS messaging between iPhone and Android users. So now, if you're texting someone on Android using RCS, those conversations can actually be encrypted instead of just floating around unprotected. Apple says this is rolling out in beta for supported carriers, and encrypted chats will show a little lock icon inside of messages. Honestly, this is one of those features that should have existed years ago, but, better late than never. Apple has also added a new Pride Luminance wallpaper, which honestly looks really cool. It's dynamic, colorful, and changes as you move the phone around. Pretty standard yearly Pride update from Apple, but if you like animated wallpapers, this one is definitely nicer than some of the other ones. All right, now here's the controversial one. Apple Maps is starting to get ads. Yep, Apple says businesses in the US and Canada will now be able to place sponsored listings in Maps search results. Plus, there's a brand new suggested places section that recommends trending spots nearby based on searches and activity. Apple says the ads are privacy-focused and not tied to your Apple account, but still, seeing ads inside of the Maps app is probably not what most people want, but it is here inside of 26.5. Personally, I'm all aboard the getting trendy spots suggested to you because sometimes that could be nice, but hopefully that's kind of where it stops and there aren't a ton of them. There are also some nice under-the-hood improvements here too. Apple patched more than 50 security vulnerabilities in this update. So even if none of these features excite you, this is a must install anyways because, vulnerabilities being patched is a good thing for your phone and for your privacy. And then if you're in the EU, Apple is making even more changes because of the Digital Markets Act. Third-party smartwatches and headphones can now get features that were previously exclusive to Apple devices, including better pairing support, notifications, and some live activity integration. Basically, Apple is slowly being forced to open up the ecosystem a lot more in Europe. But overall, in iOS 26.5, it feels like kind of one of those cleanup updates that we get just before WWDC hits next month, and we see iOS 27, which I just posted a video on if you want to check out some of the upcoming rumors for it. But some useful quality of life changes in this one, some better security, and of course, having RCS is a good thing to have. And it's not the huge AI focus update that a lot of people were hoping for. That should be coming, at least in beta form, next month at WWDC. Fingers crossed that Apple sticks to that timeline. But would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think of some of these changes and what are you hoping to see in iOS 27? Let me know down in those comments. This is Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.